Our corporate customers, we've introduced corporate value packs. We now have just over 3,800 corporate customers on these value packs. And we've increased the number of products each of those customers are currently using, and revenue for them has increased by 20% to 6 billion shillings. We've also increased our presence in the public sector, and we are servicing approximately 60% of counties. We started to leverage our own fiber. We have reached into just over 1,000 buildings. These are business buildings, not to be confused with customers. And we have just over 1,800 customers connected in those buildings. Managed services is also seeing an uptake with 30 active customers using our managed service. We said we wanted to drive innovation in the country, not just within Safaricom. And recently we have announced M-Akiba, which will allow the purchasing of government bonds on mobile phones. This is the first in the world. And first in the world is something in Kenya we've become a little accustomed to seeing. But I know when I was in London a few weeks ago with the Financial Times, John was, who's here today, John was the one who reminded me that actually no one else in the world has ever done this before. We started providing testing portals for developers because Kenya, as you know, is, I hate using the word hotbed, but it is a hotbed of innovation, and we think we have a role to play in supporting that. We had announced, and we've now started to dispense with money in the Safaricom Spark Venture Fund, and I think earlier this week we announced who the first beneficiary of that will be, and that's Sendi. Startup partnerships with people like Uber. Uber, this is the first time they use mobile money. Around the world, they have used credit cards or nothing. Safaricom is the first one that they started to use mobile money, and of course Waze, the traffic product. The farmer e-subsidy, again, we announced this in the past few weeks. This will allow the government of Kenya to distribute subsidized fertilizer using M-Pesa and the Safaricom network. And of course, very importantly, is that we have released the M-Pesa API, something that the development community in Kenya has been asking for some time. And now that we brought the platform home, we were able to do that. So the financial performance. We have continued to see significant improvements across the range of the key financial metrics. Service revenue is up 12% to 85 billion shillings in the half year. Our non-voice revenue, which is SMS, data, M-Pesa, and other, and by other it's things like handset sales, and that is up 24%, and it's driven much more by active customer growth, and we talked about the 3.25 million new customers, but also by growing usage of M-Pesa and of data. EBITDA is up 16% to 39 billion shillings, whilst net income is up 23% to 18 billion shillings. Free cash flow is down, and JT will talk a little bit about this in a second, in the first half. But this was due to supplier payments and our accelerated network build, as well as the payments for the National Police Security Network, which we say we are about to hand over to government in the next couple of weeks, slightly ahead of schedule, actually.